Hi, everybody. It's Mike Recine. I'm here with a very special episode of Out for Smokes. The boys and I are involved in some pretty extensive negotiations at the moment, but I just want to let you know we're working everything out. Everything's going to be great, and we have a great show planned for you today. And I can't say too much, but you know, I would say there's a little bit of drama going on between the boys, you know, just a little bit. And I can't talk about it on the show, but we can talk a little bit about it over on Patreon, but not for the paid members, for regular members. So you don't even have to be an actual paid member. Just go over there and join the Patreon, patreon.com/outforsmokes. You can become a member for free, and that gets you access to all of the just all the shit some of the shit slinging, you know. I've posted some stuff that I certainly regret, gotta say. Lots of comments, lots of I like to think it's almost like an episode of Real Housewives over there, you know. It's like a boy version of Real Housewives. Everybody's weighing in. Everybody's sharing their opinions. Everybody's, got their heroes, got their villains. You know, some people are villains. Some people have been real bad. So go over to patreon.com/outforsmokes if you want to be a part of the magic over there. You know, I feel like it's like a TV show almost, right, Johnny?
Yep.
Johnny can't really say anything. It's like an episode of Succession. We're right in the middle. We're right in the middle of the season.
It's just like Succession.
And everybody's going, how's the show going to end? But anyway, we're thinking about the boys, and we wish them very well, and we wish them all the best. And this was the best thing that we decided to do together. So I know a lot of you guys are upset that they're not here. Some of you guys are upset, you know, with me because you think everything's my fault. So I got something for you for the show. Johnny, are you excited?
Yep.
Johnny, how excited are you?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Please welcome. We have a very special guest on the show today. Please welcome a hooker. Johnny, clap. How's it going?
Hi.
What's happening?
Can I take this?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll call him back.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm good. This is probably the easiest gig I've had all week.
Yeah.
Because I just want to clarify, no sucking.
No sucking.
Johnny.
No sucking me, no sucking Johnny. We're just just a little bit of eye candy for our listeners, you know?
So what do you want me to do?
And I'll tell you what.
How long is this?
Huh?
How long is this?
I think we have you for the hour.
Okay.
For the hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want me to do anything?
No. I was very, I think I made that clear with the gentleman that I talked to. Okay. I said, no cock and pussy, no sucking, no anal. Just sit. This is probably a nice gig for you.
Yeah, this will be easy.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. You're going to do your show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, I'm actually glad you're here because we're doing something a little different today, since it's my show, my rules, different, taking the show in a different direction. Johnny, I figured I could wear I'm feeling a little like culturally right wing these days, you know?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like maybe my spirit is right wing. So maybe I should wear more. I'll do more like collared shirts. I'll do more, I'll dress more conservatively.
Sure.
But I also figured I thought we could start the show off with a couple monologue jokes. So let me start it off. We'll do a couple monologue jokes. All right. So we got All right. Many reports have been confirmed that Israeli soldiers returning from war have been committing suicide, with reports of soldiers shooting themselves, hanging, and one guy fucking himself to death. Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar was killed in a firefight this week with Israeli forces. Many mourn the leader's death, but no one was sad.
Sorry.
That's okay. What are you doing on there?
Oh, someone just sent me a video.
Oh, okay. Johnny, do you think the phone's going to be a problem in this episode?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Can you hear her? She's got really like loud nails, and she's kind of tapping the phone really loud. Is that going to pick up on the mic?
I'll try to.
If you could fix that in post.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I don't want to I don't want to upset her or anything.
Okay.
I'm very we're like very pro sex work on this podcast, and I just want her to feel comfortable. All right, cool. All right. Do you want? What did you think of that? What did you think of that first? What did you think of that first monologue joke?
Which one?
Did you hear it? The Israeli soldiers are killing themselves.
What was the joke?
Many reports have confirmed that Israeli soldiers from returning from war have been committing suicide, with reports of soldiers shooting themselves, hanging, and one fucking himself to death. I guess you weren't listening. That's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You weren't listening. All right.
Have you said the joke yet?
I just said it. I just did it for the second time.
That just sounds like a story.
Fucking himself to death is like the punchline.
Oh, well,
Fucking
I don't know what's
himself to
going on, so I just thought that was what's happening.
Oh, okay.
So
It's
what part
like-
is true?
What?
What's the story and what's the joke?
The story is they're committing suicide, and then the joke is that he fucked himself to death, because Israeli soldiers sometimes they fuck people to death.
Oh.
So they
Well, it feels like I don't think a lot of people know that, so I think they might not get the joke.
right. Yeah. Do you follow like the Middle East and stuff?
No, I don't really care about Pakistan.
Okay. So she's not really. That's okay. I guess that wasn't.
I can have this here.
Huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Here's my second monologue joke. Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar was killed in a firefight this week with Israeli forces. Many mourned the leader's death, but no one was sadder than the Israeli soldiers who didn't get a chance to sodomize him because they're perverts. Maybe. Okay. And then the last one that I have right here. Okay. According to the New York Post, second gentleman Doug Emhoff has been accused by his ex-wife of slapping her in the face. Hey, Doug, why don't you pick on someone your own size, like my cock and balls? That's really fun. It's really fun to say. Do you want to hear the other? Do you want to hear like the other version of that?
Yeah.
The other version is when Kamala found out about that, she was so mad she pegged him in the ass.
Good one.
Okay. All right, we're cooking. What's happening over here?
Sorry.
Are you on a phone call?
I assumed you couldn't hear it because I wasn't near the mic.
They're kind of it's kind of picking up on the mic a little bit.
Even from back here?
What?
Even from back here?
Yeah, but you should keep doing it if you want to.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
I'm not sure what to do with my time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then what do they? I guess I'm kind of curious. What do they call you? Like, is it like hooker, like whore, like I guess we say sex worker.
I mean, I don't really care about any of like the woke shit, but I mean, I definitely don't go by whore. But,
okay.
But like sex worker is what the kids are saying these days.
Okay.
But obviously you've been calling me hooker and I haven't said anything. So
yeah,
I would say we're fair on that.
So if we say, because I'm so used to saying hooker that like I think that's fine if I say that, right?
Yeah. We're pretty far into this as hooker, so
yeah,
we'll finish it as hooker.
Yeah, I'm a millennial.
Okay, I'm Gen Z.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we kind of all grew up saying We kind of all grew up saying hooker.
Yeah, my parents were really old, so they probably said hooker too.
Yeah.
That's where I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It's my parents.
Nice. Well, we have to get into this. The death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar passed away this week. R.I.P. But I do want to talk about this because it's from Al Jazeera. The death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar on Wednesday sparked wildly different reactions across the world. While Israel and its allies celebrated the demise of the mastermind of the October 7th attacks, Palestinians, Arabs, and others mourned him as a heroic figure. And that was really interesting. It was hard to they really wanted that dub. The Israelis really wanted that dub. But they it just seemed like there wasn't as much. They honestly weren't as happy, right? With him dying. They've killed so many of their leaders. They've killed so many of the resistance leaders that it didn't feel like there was as much juice this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever show up to an appointment and there's you have a business call or whatever, and you get there and the guy is really old, you thought the guy was 80 but he's 90? Does that ever happen?
Like as a hooker?
Yeah.
Do I ever show up in there?
Do you ever show up and you go? Do you ever show up to an appointment and you go, God damn, that's the oldest man I've ever seen?
I mean, so I feel like 80 to 90 is, that's the same age. It'd be like if I thought they were going to be 50 and then they're 90. That's shocking. 80 to 90, that's. But that's. I don't know what you know about older penis, but that's the same thing.
Oh, okay. Nice.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 37.
Okay.
Yeah. Correctly assessing Sinwar's role in the Palestinian struggle and what he and Hamas actually represent in political terms is critical as we seem to draw closer to a devastating regional conflagration. Over the past year, Israel sought to establish a narrative about Hamas leaders as cowardly men hiding in tunnels underground, using Israeli captives as human shields and hoarding food, water, and money. The details of Sinwar's last moments that surfaced in the media, however, refuted this narrative. Instead, most people in the Middle East saw the Hamas leader as bravely fighting until the end, despite suffering from injuries and being surrounded by Israeli forces. They're really having a tough time over there, huh? Making them look bad. It's
sure are.
Yeah. It's gone from she's rummaging through her bag.
I forgot my nail file.
Oh, okay.
Good to have.
Do you have one, Johnny?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would have been huge.
Do you? No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't.
I'm just gonna check the Patreon.
That was a surprise.
I'm just gonna check the Patreon comments real quick. And it looks like everyone is still pissed. All right. By contrast, Israel's Western allies saw Sinwar's death as a victory over Hamas that could be exploited to reorder Palestine and the region to Israel's advantage. United States President Joe Biden echoed the Israeli view that Sinwar was an insurmountable obstacle to achieving a ceasefire, and that now, without Hamas in power, there is an opportunity for a day after in Gaza. Yeah, a lot of people they like our show because we talk about Palestine, and we've put our careers on the line to sort of defend the Palestinian people.
Okay.
So I was we gotta come in and do an episode because no one's gonna podcast for those kids if we don't. And that's why you brought me. Yeah, well, I brought you just because I just felt like, well, yeah, a little bit of. I mean, they're gonna like this. You guys like this, right? We spent a lot of our show funds, but I think it's a good idea. The perception is reflected in the words of Deputy Chairman of Hamas's political bureau, Khalil Ahaya. Sinwar met his end standing brave with his head held high, holding his firearm, firing until the last breath, until the last moment of his life, which, is very important. There's something to be said for that. I don't know how I'm going to die, but I do hope it's not. I do hope it's in a dignified way, Johnny, do you think about how you're going to die?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I'm like, I just hope it's like this. By contrast, Israel's Western allies saw Sinwar's death as a victory over Hamas that could be exploited to reorder Palestine and the region to Israel's advantage. And then, Biden called it an insurmountable obstacle to achieving a ceasefire, and that now, without Hamas in power, there is an opportunity for a, quote, day after in Gaza. It's apparently he was like all these Hamas guys, they're all born in like refugee camps, you know. I think the guy who founded the party was also. But Israel arrested him multiple times, and while in detention, he met the founder of Hamas, Sheikh Ahmed Yassin. Now, I didn't know that he was sentenced to life in prison, and then he was released in a prisoner exchange. But that's such a crazy. If you contrast that to people who, so are you familiar with you're not familiar with the Israel-Palestine conflict at all?
I know the basics.
Yeah. So the guy who was the leader of Hamas, they killed him. And so
wait, but Hamas works with who?
Hamas is the Palestinian governing body.
So we're upset.
What's that?
You're upset?
Yeah, I guess we're upset, but it is cool. Like the way he died, he was like sitting in a chair and a drone. He like threw a stick at a drone right before they killed him.
Oh, so when you were saying you wanted to die like that, that was.
I want to die. I want to die heroically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Podcaster, that'll probably happen.
Right. I don't. Yeah. But you never know.
But no, I don't know who. I don't know who he is. But that's sad. Recipes.
Yeah. But I guess if you compare that to the average, person in Israel, the average gay guy that's going to Tel Aviv to get sucked off, you know, it's really just such a different life that these people lead, and it's hard. But it does kind of feel like the perception of this is changing a lot. His first responsibility after Hamas was formed in 1987 was to create a unit that eliminated intelligence leaks and Palestinian collaborators with Israel. For this work, Israeli forces arrested him in 1988 during the first Intifada and sentenced him to life in prison. In this context, it is clear, even to those of us critical of some of Hamas's militancy against civilians, that Sinwar's leadership and decision-making reflected the Palestinian refusal to relinquish their right to self-determined statehood. The actions he took in realm of military resistance and political peacemaking, whether we like them or not, were always the consequence of intense consultations and consensus among the organization's members rather than a single tyrant's decision, as the West would like to present it. Those people who fail to understand this reality and continue to ignore the historical dimensions of such indigenous resistance to U.S.-backed Israeli settler colonial aggression doom the region to perpetual warfare. Yeah. So like a lot of people are comedians, podcasters. Yeah. A lot of them. Sorry. Do you have something going on the phone?
Boyfriend, but
what?
It's just I texted my boyfriend.
Oh,
but I thought you were talking to Jimmy. So.
Oh, okay. You have a boyfriend.
Ready.
You have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So a lot of the thing with comedy is that everybody's kind of a coward, and no one will talk about this stuff. Mm-hmm. But on the Out for Smokes podcast,
her Uber Eats is here.
What?
Can you bring in?
Yeah, I'll go get it.
Sorry, I didn't have time to eat before. And then you said we're not doing anything. So the food's coming.
You ordered food?
Yeah. You can have some.
Oh. Okay.
But you can keep going. I'm listening. It's not going to be a big deal.
Okay. No, but I guess I'm just trying to explain. We're like the only men who have the integrity to put our careers on the line.
Thank you.
And yeah,
Okay.
Johnny.
I'm listening.
Okay, Johnny. They don't like when we eat on mic.
Yeah.
Do you want some? Or you're fine?
I'll take like one pepperoni.
Oh, okay.
Like one little piece.
One slice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But anyway, what I was saying is like, you know, like this business is like run by, you know, a lot of people who love Israel.
Okay.
They own a lot of the comedy clubs. So people like our show because, you know, we kind of get on here and we say like, you know, don't kill babies. But we've put in our.
And that's what they're doing?
What's that?
That's what they're doing, killing babies?
Israel's killing babies, yeah. In Gaza.
In Gaza.
Yeah.
And the guy who was fighting for the babies just passed away, your friend?
Our friend passed away, yeah. 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 But I mean, that's pretty cool, right? That like we have like a lot of...
Do you have a napkin?
Yeah.
Keep going.
But
I don't think it's all on the mic.
But we have like a lot of, I think, you know, we have like a lot of integrity is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Now,
thank you.
do you follow like mainstream media at all? Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Like pop culture?
yeah, I guess why? What's going on in pop
Like
culture?
you mentioned that this was like Real Housewives.
Our show is like Real Housewives
Yeah,
at the moment
I watch
as we're just working on a few things. Yeah. You watch Real Housewives?
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite season or like a...
Yeah, original cast of Real Housewives of New York and the original seasons of Real Housewives of New Jersey and the current season of Salt Lake City and the current season of New York, they can fuck themselves. If this gets to them, they need a recasting.
Okay.
I don't know how big the podcast is.
Okay. Johnny, should we maybe have like a regular, like maybe me and her should like start an actual like show
It's
together?
kind of cold.
Maybe we should.
Was it sitting for a minute, Johnny? It's like kind of cold.
I don't know.
Johnny, I think this is like really good.
Yep.
I think this is going really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's also like really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yep.
Maybe we'll think about. I mean,
Does this involve me?
maybe we'll do like a show together or something. I don't know. We'll think about it. So anyway, so like so mainstream media, so CNN, we don't really watch mainstream media because it's like we call it
CNN.
What's that?
You meant CNN.
Yeah. I don't really watch CNN, but I call it lame stream media.
Why?
What?
Why? Why is it? What's lame? I just don't watch. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's lame because it's like all of the why do we even call Johnny? Why do we even call it lame stream media? That's just like a thing that I say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
You can have another slice of pepperoni. I actually don't know if I'm going to have the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of food for a little gal.
All right.
No, I'm saying like you probably don't want to eat too much.
Why?
Don't women like not want to like aren't they all on diets or something?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
Also, you don't know this could be all I've eaten today.
Right.
This could be far too little.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Just saying, man. I don't want to.
Sorry. Okay.
Too much on the podcast.
So I want to kind of fill you in on this one a little bit.
Perfect.
So Israel is killing all the babies, right?
Heard.
But CNN wrote this story this week. They wrote this story
Anderson
about
Cooper.
Yeah, is that your guy?
No, I just know he's on CNN.
Oh,
He's friends with Andy, who's Andy Cohen from Bravo, Real Housewives.
Now I heard both those guys like to get fucked in the ass.
Well, yeah, they're gay guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that
I did see Anderson Cooper on the street once. I forget when.
handsome, right?
Yeah, he was like, I guess he lives in the West Village, but I wanted to be like, you're a baby killer or something like that.
Why?
Well, because CNN.
He's in Gaza?
No, but they kind of run cover for
Wow, this is news.
So every day, right? People who follow this stuff in Gaza, every day we see blown up children on our phones. And yeah, it's like really sad. And sometimes I think it affects your psyche a little bit, you know? I think it affects your psyche. And I think sometimes it causes you to fight with your family and friends, to snap at them, to, you know? And sometimes, and it makes you isolate all the people close in your life.
Okay.
Sometimes, because I don't know.
That's what's happening to you.
Yeah, because like I'm a father.
Okay. Oh, you have a kid?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of him. He's really yeah. Me and his mother are having some problems though.
What are you gonna explain to him when he sees this episode?
We kind of talked about it.
Oh, you think he'll get? How old is he?
He's 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, his mother is kind of like toxic and abusive though. I hate to say it.
Why?
My wife is just kind of.
Might be over.
My wife
blowing it.
Yeah. No, my wife is just kind of nasty. But anyway, that's him. He's such a cute kid.
He's a haircut.
Yeah, sure. But anyway.
Okay. Did you want to talk about your wife or Israel?
You know, she's fucking texting me again. Oh man, it's like the old ball and chain.
Oh,
you know?
That's funny, Mike.
Okay.
I think I would be texting my husband too if he was
Johnny,
having
tell her
on the pod.
Tell her I'm joking. So anyway, so Israel, so they're killing all the babies, right?
But I'm sorry, I called you Jimmy before.
That's
sorry.
okay. But okay, so
Johnny Mike.
Yeah.
Israel.
Yeah. I don't want to be rude, but I need you to like let me talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, before if you felt like you didn't want me to talk.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't play on my phone.
So
and now, okay, I'm listening. I'll listen to me.
Yeah, no, this one I want to get your opinion on this stuff. So because they ran this story, right, about how like all these soldiers are going to Israel and they're coming back with PTSD. They're coming back and they're really sad. And they're really sad and they're killing themselves. Okay. Because they were very sad. But this article is kind of crazy because, well, let me just read it. A 40-year-old father of 4, Eliran Mizrahi, deployed to Gaza after the deadly Hamas-led attack on Israel on October 7th, 2023. So he's an Israeli soldier. He's one of the bad soldiers. Okay. They're doing like horrible, really bad crimes over there. Okay. Yeah. The Israeli military reservist returned a different person, traumatized by what he had witnessed in the war against Hamas in the Strip, his family told CNN. 6 months after he was sent to fight, he was struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, back at home. Before he was due to redeploy, he took his own life. He got out of Gaza, but Gaza did not get out of him, and he died after it because of the post-trauma, his mother, Jenny Mizrahi, said. So this poor guy is going into Gaza, murdering kids, running people over with bulldozers, and he killed himself, and we have to be really sad for him. Okay, but this feels like you're not because of what you said earlier. I'm not. You're not sad. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's the joke of this one. I'm glad this guy's dead. He's dead, and you're glad Sinmar is. You're sad Sinmar's alive. I'm sad Sinmar's dead. Yeah. You're sad Sinmar's dead. Sorry, this is like a lot to learn in one day. Yeah. No, but I just think my thing is like, I think it's good when baby killers kill themselves. Of course. You know? Of course. Yeah. I think I agree now that I'm getting the facts down. Mm-hmm. You just have a little thing in my teeth? Yeah. I wish you guys had a mirror. It's okay. I think you got it. Yeah, really? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. My God. You're so nice. You're like not like toxic like my wife. I feel like your wife isn't toxic. What's she doing that's toxic? Letting you have a hooker on your show? It's a long story. Your solo show? It's a long story. Feels like you want to bring it up. We keep talking about it. No one's even asked you. Okay. Fuck. Now I'm in trouble. All right. The Israeli military said it was providing care for thousands of soldiers who are suffering from PTSD or mental illnesses. So they're paying to help them? Yes. And they're paying to kill babies? Yes. Gotcha. Caused by trauma during the war. If they stopped the war, they wouldn't have to pay for the PTSD treatment. Right, if they wouldn't. And it's like the way that this article is set up, it's like we have to feel bad for them. But I don't know if you know this. So before they launched the assault on Gaza, there was a very brutal occupation that these people lived on. These people lived in like a 8-mile strip of land that was very like, it was controlled. You couldn't really come or go freely. It was like an occupation. It was a brutal occupation. And life was so bad there. Unemployment was like 50%. And they regulated like people's diets and everything like that. And there would be like suicides all the time. Like, and children would kill themselves. Children would kill themselves just from living there. Mm-hmm. But now they want us to be. War? Even before the war. Okay. Even before they started, like, turning the whole place into a meat grinder. Children would kill themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before the war, and the war started this year.
A year ago.
Last year. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The war started last year, but from what I know, this is like long time coming.
What's
right?
a long time coming?
This feud, right?
Well,
They've been feuding for a while.
Yeah, they had the people under the occupation for a long time.
Gaza, people in Gaza.
Yeah.
Because they want to go back to Israel.
Because they are sort of like corralled into this little strip of land.
Don't they think they deserve Israel, and then the people who are Israeli think they deserve Israel?
Yes, but the people who like it was like one place, but then they made it. Well, I'll explain that.
That was gross.
I'll explain this after the show. But anyway, it says the reservist spent 186 days in the enclave until he sustained injuries to his knee, followed by hearing damage in February when a rocket-propelled grenade struck his vehicle, his family said. He was pulled out of Gaza for treatment and in April was diagnosed with PTSD, receiving weekly talk therapy. So that's nice. They get talk therapy.
I don't get that.
They get therapy. They go to Gaza, they murder kids, and then they come back. And they get to go cry to a therapist.
I think I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
I think you guys are on the right side.
Thanks. I think so too. He always said, "No one will understand what I saw." His sister Sheer told CNN.
Do this every week.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know what your like I don't know what your rate is for a podcast, but
the same as
the show.
Same as the flat rate.
Okay, because the show does make a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
I think this would be a good investment.
Maybe we could talk about like your.
Well, I can't really stay over the time you booked me, but so you'd have to talk about
Got it.
during the time. But
yeah. He always said, "No one will understand what I saw." His sister Sheer told CNN, and then she wondered if her son killed someone and couldn't handle it. Later in the article, they talk about this other guy Zach, and Mizrahi's friend and co-driver of the Bulldozer, provided further insight into their experience in Gaza. We saw very, very different things, Zakin told CNN, things that are difficult to accept. So these guys were bulldozer drivers. They were driving a bulldozer. No one's listening to me. No one's engaged, but that's okay. Anyway, they're running over people with a bulldozer. And yeah. We got to feel bad for them. The former soldier has spoken publicly about the psychological trauma endured by Israeli troops in Gaza in a testimony to the Knesset, Israel's parliament, in June. Zakin said that on so many occasions, soldiers had to, quote, run over terrorists dead and alive in the hundreds. Everything squirts out. They said they stopped eating meat because they would see the insides of people's bodies. There's a great way to not do this. And it's to not go over there. But I did see on Twitter there was a little bit of a debate.
Do you know where my purse went?
No.
I was about to die.
On Twitter there was a little bit of a debate where people were talking about like if we should build a coalition with some of these people. And they were like, don't mock the soldiers that are killing themselves, because actually those people can be valuable in building a coalition against the Israeli regime. But I don't know. It is kind of fun to laugh at these people, I think.
Yeah, but if you're pro-coalition, you might need them. From what I'm just learning about the coalition.
Yeah, sure.
And I did miss the beginning of that joke. So maybe I don't get it.
Okay.
I couldn't find my purse, and that was like a main focus.
That's okay.
I'm waiting for a call.
Aaron Bregman, a political scientist at King's College London, who served in the Israeli army for 6 years, including the 1982 Lebanon War, said the Gaza war is unlike any other fought by Israel. It's very long, he said, and it is urban, which means soldiers fight among many people. The vast majority of them are civilians. Bulldozer operators are among those who, I love how they just like casually snuck in that like, this is not just about somebody who went to war. It's about somebody who like drove the bulldozer that ran people over. Have you ever been on like a construction site?
Mm-hmm. My dad was a carpenter.
Oh.
That's my tattoo.
Oh, nice.
And he was a Navy SEAL. So he might know about this stuff.
Oh, that's cool. What they see is dead people, and they clear them along with debris. And when I was saying that my wife is toxic, I was like just joking. I was just like trying to make a joke.
About what?
Johnny, can you tell her that I don't think my wife is toxic?
Can I see your wife?
Yeah. She's very...
Is she toxic, Johnny?
No.
No. I believe Johnny.
Yeah.
Hello.
On the 1 year anniversary of the October 7th attack, a survey published by the Israel Democracy Institute found that only 6% of Israelis think the war in Gaza should be stopped due to the, quote, great cost in human life. And I was thinking about this today, like, what an awful deal it is to be an Israeli hostage. Only 6% of Israelis think the war in Gaza should be stopped due to the great cost in human life. And I think it was like even to rescue. Yeah. They did not want their government to halt the fighting, even while negotiating to release the kidnapped hostages. So like that is the worst. That is one of the worst things you can be in life is an Israeli hostage. Like nobody gives a fuck about you. Everybody's like, oh, great. They're over there so we can keep killing these people. And then you're like, but everyone is saying, bring us home. Like, when are you going to bring us home? And they go, fuck you. I mean, that's such a bad. Do you know about the Israeli hostages?
No.
They were taken hostage. Hamas took them hostage.
Start of the war.
Sure. Yeah, sure. But Israel has a lot of Palestinian people locked up. But like,
Pause. Okay, I'm listening again.
The hostages, like they were all taken hostage, but the whole thing since the war started was like, oh, these people were kidnapped by Hamas, like bring them home. We have to bring them home. Everything's being done for the hostages. Meanwhile, they're bombing the shit out of where they're like held. It just doesn't, it's just so crazy. It doesn't make sense. And I think that like, even a month into the war, when people were saying bring the hostages home, it was kind of like, okay, this is bullshit. And it's getting like less and less credible as the months go on, because they'll even admit that they don't want to stop. They love bombing more than they love hostage. I would be so pissed. Dude, if I was an Israeli hostage, I would be so pissed. I'd be like, how do I convert to Islam right now?
How are they not dead?
A lot of them are dead. A lot of them, 3 of them were shot by Israeli soldiers. They were like waving white flags and they were shot because Israeli soldiers just kill everything.
Okay, got it.
They kill everything that moves.
Okay.
And then, yeah, a lot of them were killed by bombs. I think about 100 of them were released in in November. They did like a 30-day ceasefire or something like that.
Okay.
And a bunch
Which
of them.
Which is what you want.
A 30-day ceasefire?
Well, you want a ceasefire.
I want a free Palestine from the river to the sea.
Okay.
Yeah, which I don't know how realistic.
Think of like a fun rhyme with that. River to the sea.
I don't know how realistic that is because there's a bunch of buildings. I don't know what that looks like, but people say from the river to the sea, so that's what
Doesn't that sound like a song?
Yeah, at protests they go from the river to the sea.
They sing it?
Yeah, Palestine will be free. And that doesn't mean anyway, who cares? But yeah, that just sounds like a really bad life. And they talk about this guy in the article and they say Sheer, his sister, blames the war for her brother's death. Because of the army, because of this war, my brother is not here, she said. Maybe he didn't die from a bullet in combat or an RPG, but he died from an invisible bullet, she added, referring to psychological pain. Yeah, and a real one that went into his skull.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
Now that I get it.
Thanks.
Make sure your audience gets it.
Sure.
I remember in the beginning when I didn't.
Yeah.
Just for
feedback. I just feel like though, if your loved one got kidnapped, and they were like, "Hey, your loved one they kidnapped your loved one and they took him to the Bronx," would you be like, "Let's bomb the shit out of the Bronx"?
No.
No, I wouldn't either.
But also, I don't know how. I would probably do something I know how to do.
Yeah. Sure.
Just being honest.
Sure.
If I knew how to bomb, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But I don't want to diffuse your point here, so definitely not.
Yeah. Do you have like any
last pepperoni,
like dreams? Yeah, give it to me. Yeah.
You can have it.
All right. Thanks.
I don't want the slice either.
You don't?
No.
How is the Sicilian?
It was good, but it was cold.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, look at that. It's like stuck to the plate.
Johnny, is this episode dog shit?
No. No.
Or not dog shit. Okay. So you're saying theoretically I could do a solo. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm saying if we had to, if these negotiations keep stalling, I could technically just kind of run.
Yeah.
I'm saying if we had to.
I feel like it's not fair to say solo.
What?
I feel like it's not fair to call this solo. I think Johnny would agree.
Oh, no, but I'm saying like maybe like different, we'll bring in different guests or something like that. I'm sure you probably have some friends that I may have some more media training that want to like come in and,
Okay.
no offense.
I didn't know. I thought, what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah. But you're having
I'll
fun.
watch CNN.
But you're having fun, right?
What did you call it? Lame TV?
Lame stream media.
Lame stream media.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, we use it all the time.
Yeah.
Lame stream media. And then what else do we say? We say, instead of the New York Times, we say the New York Slimes.
Okay, but I kind of think I like the New York Times.
Huh?
I think I like the Times.
Oh, okay.
And
instead of the Washington Post, we do the Washington Compost.
That one's not good. The New York Slimes is cute.
Okay.
Washington Compost?
Yeah.
No, because compost is a good thing, even though it's poop at the end of the day.
Sure.
Just food for thought for your next joke.
All right, moving on. I found a little, we're going to switch gears a little bit. I did find an article here about conflict resolution, because I'm thinking about conflict resolution a lot. And I just, I don't know, like, do you and the other girls ever fight over, I don't know, maybe there's like a corner or something, or like a piece of turkey. No, okay.
No,
that's fine. But let me read
You
this.
know where you found me. I wasn't on a corner.
All right,
Don't fight over a quarter.
Sorry. All right, but let me just read this to you. Okay. Tips and tools for constructive conflict resolution. When we act, we often act in relationship to others. When considering which actions may be most constructive when acting amongst others, the following tools may be helpful. LARA, action steps. When engaging with others, often the best thing we can think to do is listen and to affirm what is being said. Too often when we are not speaking, we are also not listening with an intent to understand. We are simply waiting our turn to speak. Then we jump to respond without affirming a single thing we heard. So LARA, listen. Listen with an intent to understand. Listen for underlying principles, cultural values, emotions, and issues behind what is being said. Listen for commonalities. Observe body language and tone of voice, which may provide additional meaning. Listen for inherent needs and interests, not just what is said. I feel like that's so important when you're like sometimes it's true when you get in a fight with somebody, you're just dying for your chance to speak. Mm-hmm. And it's just like the listening is just as important, if not more important.
Is that what you're
than the speaking?
With?
Huh?
That you did too much speaking and not enough listening?
You know, it's funny because but then sometimes when you're in a conflict, people would say the same thing about you.
About me?
About me. Mm. I'm saying if I'm in a fight with somebody, you go, damn, I feel like we're both not being heard. You ever feel that way?
No.
Okay.
People listen to me.
Okay. People listen to you. We can make this like good in post, right? Yeah. Okay. Affirm the principles on issues in what was said, or simply the feelings or emotions were expressed. You care strong about this. Affirming is not agreeing, it's acknowledging or recognizing what is shared. This can be done by simply repeating or rephrasing what was said. And I think I at least try to do that when I'm in a conflict. I try to go, what is this person upset about? I think that's one of the most important things you can do when you're in a fight with somebody. Mm-hmm. You go, what is this person upset about?
Mm-hmm. And what are you upset about?
Well, for example, like if I'm fighting with my wife, you know, I go, hey, you did this and you didn't
Really feels like
realize.
you want to talk about your
Well, I got to.
You wouldn't even show me a picture.
Did we talk about the Le Creuset oven on the show? The Le Creuset Dutch oven. I have this Dutch oven that it's a Le Creuset. My mom got it for us as a gift.
That's nice.
Yeah, and it has a little like chip in it, so you could see the cast iron, and it rusts. It got a little rusty, and I wasn't sure if you could fix it or not. But I went to the store the other week, and I walk into the store, and the guy's like, I'm like, how do you fix the Le Creuset Dutch? Is there a way to fix the Le Creuset Dutch oven? He goes, yeah, you just call the company, and like that's what you're paying for when you buy those things. They're like, they'll just send it back to you. So I said, oh, that's great news. So I go home. I'm in my kitchen.
I don't want to cut you off. But that's
what?
I have to go. You'd have to.
What do you mean you have to go?
You have to pay to finish telling the story.
Oh, you have to go?
Yeah, you booked me for 45.
I thought we get you for the hour.
That's 45.
45 is an hour?
Are you doing cash, Venmo?
Wait, but so 45 is an hour.
Hear about the Le Creuset.
Oh, come on.
Unless you have more money.
I don't. All right. We can Venmo you?
You don't have cash?
Yeah, I think we have cash. Let me see what I have.
You can Venmo if that's all you have, though.
Let me see.
Can I go out the same way I came in, right?
Yeah.
You don't want me to stay to the end of the show, though? And watch?
Well, I can't.
Well, no, I can't.
I can't afford it. All right. Here's 10. I'm just going to check my other pockets really fast.
You need like a lot more time.
Yeah, here's another. Johnny, do you have cash on you?
I'll check.
Just check your fucking wallet, please, and just see if you have cash. God damn it.
All right. I feel like this is the conflict you're having.
No,
with
because
your friend.
this is bullshit. Because he fucking, he knows I'm going to pay him back, and he doesn't have his. I
have 25.
You got to be a team.
What do you have?
25.
That's you.
Okay,
guys.
can she have your 25?
All right, then do you have like a bunch more 25s?
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm gonna have
just
to Venmo you the
this
rest.
can be tip. This can be tip, and you guys just Venmo.
He's just not like a team player.
All right, I don't really.
He's like giving me attitude about fucking $25. Jesus Christ! And then I think I have another 10
So
in
nice
here.
to meet you.
I have another 10 in
It's
here.
so fun, and this is just tip.
What's that?
This is tip. You still have to Venmo me. And I think
We'll
Johnny
settle
has
up.
the
Why don't
part.
we? Yeah. Do you have my personal? I was wondering. Do you have my personal
We've got
cell
it all.
number?
We've got it all.
So you my So, but can you
I
text
really
me though?
gotta go.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
No, but I don't want to talk to that guy again.
Who?
The guy that I spoke to. He was a little like weird.
Well, yeah, because I think this is.
And my text.
I'm not giving you my number.
Oh, I don't.
You
get to
can text him.
I don't get to text you.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because this is just tip, though. This does not cover anything.
Can I have
Okay.
a little hug before I go?
No. So nice to meet you.
Okay.
Oops. Okay.
All right. Well, I was really great, and maybe we'll talk about like doing a show together. Maybe me and you, like, maybe we'll talk about, yeah, maybe we'll talk about like doing we'll like collab on something. We'll collab on something. Anyway, so yeah, so the guy's like,
Sorry, my purse.
that's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
Do you have other like clients? Do you have other like appointments? Or are you done for the day?
Bye.
Are you done for? Okay, bye. That was awesome. That was awesome, dude. That was one of the best episodes we've ever done. That was so cool, dude. They should. Oh man, I would imagine if you were one of the co-hosts of this podcast and you missed out on that. Damn. Oh, that was nice. She was so friendly too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I felt like I could have just like told her anything. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Oh man, that was awesome. And then we're good. Like if we want to book her again, we have like some money in the account, right?
Not really.
Okay. Well, guys, patreon.com/outforsmokes. Head over there. You can also be a member and get some bonus content. Over on the Patreon. It's so embarrassing when boys fight with each other, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Isn't it so cringe?
Yep.
I'm like, what the hell are we doing? And then we got to involve everybody because everybody goes, where's the episode? And so like, we're over here, we're sweating, we're going, we got to, we got to put something out. They're going to start to ask questions. Nobody's texting me back. Everybody's pissed. Everyone hates me. But God, I'm really glad. I mean, that was a great episode.
Yeah.
That was a great episode. Oh boy. Did you? And you didn't get her number from the guy, did you?
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay. So she's, yeah. So my Le Creuset Dutch oven was thrown in the trash, and I'm like, it made me. I was already going through some other stuff that day, and I had to be like, I'm not going to get upset about this, but it did make me kind of understand why people go on, I wouldn't say killing sprees. No, actually I did. I told her, I was like, I've never understood people who do mass shootings, but it's just like sometimes everything that could go wrong goes wrong. Mm-hmm. And you go like, I get it. I also think about this a lot. People whose dads leave, people who go like, oh, my dad left when I was 8. I'm always like, what were those 8 years like? What were those 8 years like? And what was the straw that made him go, I'm out of here. I gotta go. You know, did your mom throw out his Le Creuset oven that was a gift from his mother? The thing that's kind of fucked up too is she threw out the pot, but she left the lid.
That is fucked up.
So I guess I can like hold the lid at night and think about I'm just the most persecuted man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so persecuted. Yeah. Anyway, what if we did? Could we do that? Could we do like a Howard Stern type show where we just get different type of SWs in here?
Yeah.
Great.
Uh-huh.
All right. Affirm the principles or issues in what was said, or simply the feelings or emotions that were expressed. You care strong about this. Affirming is not agreeing, it's acknowledging or recognizing what is shared. This can be done by simply repeating or rephrasing what was said. Respond to the issues that were raised and the underlying needs behind them. Ask questions about what was said. Sometimes I feel like when you're in a fight and you go like, hey, this hurt my feelings, I think that's usually pretty effective. When you go, hey, this kind of hurts. When somebody responds negatively to that, I think that's a little bit of a red flag. I don't know. Look at Mr. Tight Lips over there. That's good. And then add information to the conversation. After seeking to understand, seek to be understood. After seeking to understand, seek to be understood. I know you want to lock my people down in this 8-mile square strip of land and bomb us relentlessly. I know you want to do that. I know that makes you feel good, but actually, we don't like it. One way to engage in conflict constructively is to communicate our desires and interests to others and share the rationales behind those interests. When we are affected by others, it can be extremely helpful to give feedback on how we were impacted. The assertion statement framework is especially effective when used in the add part of the LARA method above, but can also be used on its own. Hey, Joe. Joe, you want to pop in here for a second? Joe, I need it. Joe, my co-host left. All right, it's okay. Joe Harari from The Stand, one of the managers over there, a very good guy. One way to engage conflict, yeah, I feel blank. I feel blank when you blank because blank. What I'm hoping we might try is blank. I feel upset when you round up our people and put them in jail without charges and then sexually assault them, because that's not cool. What I'm hoping we might try is you don't do that. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I don't know. Conflict resolution. It's good stuff. It's important to look into it. It's important to, I don't know. It's important to hear everybody out. It's important to hear what's going on. And you know, and be objective. And it's it's I mean, what can I say? Everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be good. We've had a great almost 3 years here. I love doing the show. I love my boys. I love you guys. I love that this show pays some of my bills. I love getting on Patreon. Sometimes I get on Patreon and I post some stuff, you know, you can go see that. Patreon.com/OutForSmokes. You know, we all really love doing this show. It's great. It's a great job. Everything's going to be good. Everybody's going to end up happy. And that's it. And we will see you guys. We'll see you over on Patreon, or we'll see you next week. I also got some dates coming up. I got Tampa. I'll be in Schenectady, New York, the day after Thanksgiving, doing a little gig up there. Tampa, Detroit, and Minneapolis coming up. So you can get those tickets over at MikeRacineComedy.com. And the hooker she didn't finish her pizza, so I might help myself over here. Johnny, anything else?
No, I think that's.
Are you optimistic about the future?
Yeah,
I am. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What can we? Yeah, it's going to be great. Patreon.com/OutForSmokes, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.